Marcus sat in the small cafe where he had spent countless mornings, his worn notebook open before him. At 28, he was tired of living paycheck to paycheck, tired of watching his dreams gather dust while others seemed to move forward effortlessly. But today was different. Today, he had finally crystallized his vision. He would start his own digital marketing agency. The plan was clear in his mind, detailed and achievable. Every step mapped out. His heart raced with excitement as he imagined sharing this news with everyone he knew. The moment his best friend David walked through the cafe door, Marcus couldn't contain himself. Within minutes, he had laid out his entire strategy, his eyes gleaming with enthusiasm. David listened politely, but his response came like cold water. "That's great, man, but you know the failure rate for new businesses is like 90%, right? And you don't even have a marketing degree. Maybe you should just focus on getting a promotion at your current job." Marcus felt his excitement deflate slightly, but he brushed it off. David was just being realistic, he told himself. Over the next week, Marcus shared his plans with his family at Sunday dinner. His father, a factory worker who had spent 35 years at the same company, shook his head slowly. "Starting a business? In this economy? You have a stable job, son. Why risk everything?" His mother worried about his health, his finances, his future. His cousin Sarah, who had tried and failed at her own venture years ago, spent an hour explaining all the reasons it wouldn't work. By the end of dinner, Marcus felt exhausted, his brilliant plan now seeming naive and foolish in his own mind. At work, Marcus mentioned his plans to his colleagues during lunch break. Jennifer from accounting laughed, not unkindly, but dismissively. "Everyone thinks they can be an entrepreneur these days. It's harder than you think." Tom from sales offered to introduce him to someone who had tried the same thing and failed miserably. Even his supervisor, upon hearing the news, began treating him differently, as if he were already halfway out the door, unreliable and distracted. The seed of doubt that had been planted began to grow. What Marcus didn't realize was that something insidious was happening. Each conversation, each well-meaning piece of advice, each skeptical look was slowly draining away his motivation. The crystal-clear vision he had seen in the cafe was becoming clouded with other people's fears, failures, and limitations. He started second-guessing every decision. Maybe he should wait another year. Maybe he needed more experience. Maybe he wasn't ready after all. The fire that had burned so brightly just weeks ago was now barely an ember. 3 months passed, and Marcus had made no progress on his dream. He told himself he was being prudent, waiting for the right time, gathering more information. But deep down, he knew the truth. He had allowed other people's doubts to become his own. He had shared his fragile dream before it had a chance to take root and grow strong. One evening, while scrolling through social media, he came across a post from an old college acquaintance, Lisa. She had just launched her own consulting firm and was celebrating her first major client. Marcus felt a pang of recognition. He and Lisa had talked about their entrepreneurial dreams during their senior year. The difference was, Lisa had actually done it. Curiosity got the better of him, and Marcus sent Lisa a message asking how she had made it happen. Her response came quickly and included a phone number. "Call me," she wrote. "I'd love to share what I learned." During their conversation, Lisa said something that would change Marcus's perspective forever. "When I decided to start my business, I made a conscious choice not to tell anyone except my husband and one mentor. Everyone else found out after I had already signed my first 3 clients. By then, it was real, not just a dream they could poke holes in." Lisa explained that she had learned this lesson the hard way. Years earlier, she had tried to start a different business and had made the mistake of announcing it to everyone. The constant stream of doubt and unsolicited advice had paralyzed her. This time, she worked in silence. She built her website at night, reached out to potential clients on weekends, and refined her services during lunch breaks. Only when her business was generating revenue did she share her news publicly. By then, her success spoke for itself, and people's skepticism transformed into admiration. Marcus felt something shift inside him. He realized that his dream wasn't dead, just dormant. That night, he made a decision. He would resurrect his plan, but this time he would guard it carefully. He stopped talking about it at family gatherings, stopped mentioning it to colleagues, stopped seeking validation from people who weren't living the life he wanted to live. Instead, he found one person who had successfully built what he was trying to build and asked for mentorship. He worked quietly, consistently, and purposefully. The transformation was remarkable. Without the constant noise of other people's opinions, Marcus's clarity returned. He registered his business, built a simple website, and reached out to his first potential client. The rejection stung, but there was no one around to say, "I told you so," so he simply learned from it and tried again. His second attempt led to a small project. Then another. Then another. 6 months of silent, dedicated work produced more results than 6 months of talking and planning ever could have. A year after that conversation in the cafe, Marcus quit his job. His agency had grown to the point where staying was holding him back. When he finally announced his departure and shared his new venture publicly, people were shocked. "When did this happen?" they asked. "Why didn't you tell us?" Marcus smiled, thinking of Lisa's advice. He had learned that dreams are like seeds. They need to be planted deep and protected until they're strong enough to withstand the storms. Some things are too precious to share before their time. The world doesn't need to know your plans. It needs to see your results. And when you finally do reveal what you've built in silence, let your success be the announcement. Let your achievement be the proof. Because the people who matter will celebrate your victory, and the doubters will simply wonder how they missed it. Marcus had learned the most valuable lesson of all: sometimes the greatest power lies not in telling everyone your plans, but in showing them what those plans become when protected, nurtured, and executed with quiet determination.